Time Well Wasted podcast with your host, Matt Daddy.
Get out the way, asshole!
Mr. J.
Oh, it's so stinky in here.
The Ginger.
Just want to turn, goddammit.
And Timbo Slice.
Too much pressure and shit just splatters everywhere.
Enjoy the show.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Matt Daddy. Tonight we're going to be talking about the things that make us go, oh, for fuck's sakes. We're also going to be putting ourselves in some shoes that we don't want to be in. All that and so much more. So let's get to it. Are you guys ready?
Ready?
Let's do it.
So now,
Excellent.
I got a question for you guys. How often do we find ourselves saying, for fuck's sakes?
Every single day.
Every damn day. I would have to agree with Tim on this one.
Okay, so I've collaborated on a list of things here. And I want to ask you guys these, and just to see if we relate or not. Feel free to comment. If you don't want to comment, you don't have to, okay? But I want to see what we come up with, okay? So we're going to go through these. When you're on a phone call and they put you on a hold for like 2 fucking hours.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, yeah. And you know you can't call back because you just get put on a goddamn hold.
I got better things to do. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So, Mr. J, only because I work with you, but I feel like this is notorious for you.
Yeah.
Every phone call.
I get put on hold every single phone call. The worst ones, though, are the ones that after 20 minutes, they just time out and disconnect you.
They just hang up.
So then you just have to call back and do it like 3 or 4
the bottom
times.
of the line again.
Yeah.
Okay, so does the hold music make a factor? Because I feel like if they're playing like a sweet song that you love, you're like, oh, this ain't too bad, you know, it's great. But then
No, it's always fucking elevator music.
they throw in like some opera or something.
Yeah.
Well, there's been a couple of them that have called, and you know they played some pretty good.
Actually,
music.
sorry. I'll say this much. So the elevator music's not bad, right? It's when like they're playing music and every 15 seconds they're like, "Hi, we appreciate you waiting.
I
they
hate
give you
that.
the
Please stand by for the next caller." Then
Yeah.
15 minutes or 15 seconds of song goes by, and then it does it again. Just let me listen to the song.
Well, I just know times from working with you. Like, I won't even hear you make a phone call because it's all silent, right? But then we'll just listen in and be like, son of a bitch. You're like, what? And then he'll put it on speakerphone. It's like, thank you for holding.
Yeah.
Please get Yeah, it's like, oh, Mr. J sucks again.
Yep.
When you hit every red light on the way to something important.
Oh,
Okay, it doesn't even have to be important for me.
These
I
are
swear
great.
my car is like a red light magnet. Driving through town doesn't matter. What time of day it is, I'm hitting every goddamn red light.
Dude, it does not matter. Like,
that usually didn't happen to me too much. Usually I hit mostly greens. When that does happen, fuck, I'm cussing and swearing. I got to be somewhere.
Yeah. Do
Fucking hate
you guys
that.
freak out in the car? Like I'll be like, God damn it!
dude, you get out of your
Shaking
car
the
and you
wheel.
run over there and start punching the post. You son of a bitch.
Dude, I'm pretty sure there's been other drivers that have seen me freak out in my car, like for crying out sakes.
Oh, dude, karma's a bastard because I feel like it's only when you're thinking about the green or red light that it actually happens. When you're driving, you're like, oh, it's green. You're like, oh, it better not turn red. As soon as you think of that, it turns red
Turns
instantly.
yellow.
But if
Yeah.
you're just not even caring, it'll just stay green for you the whole time.
Okay,
Right?
or another red light incident. So you're driving, you're in the right turn lane there. Bang, red light. You're like, I'm safe. I can turn, but a car probably right in front of you.
Oh, yeah.
They're not turning; they're going straight, so they're stuck at that red light, and you're like, "I just want to turn, goddammit!" it!
Yep. Or they are turning in front of you, but they're taking their sweet old time.
No, it's
Oh,
perfect too because you'll get like a 10-car lineup at the right turn,
Yeah.
and every car will turn except for the
that
one
one.
right
You
in
get
front of you.
stuck right
It'll
in front of
stop.
you.
Are you kidding me? For fuck's sakes!
How about people not using their blinkers? Not
Oh,
letting you know that
man.
they're going to turn up there. And then
Hate
last
that.
minute, they hit the brakes and make a right-hand turn. It's like, you fucker.
It's okay to swear in this
Yeah.
one. I'm asking you
son
to.
of a bitch.
Fucker.
For fuck's sake.
So when you realize you're broke the day after you get paid.
Yeah.
This is my life.
Everyday life.
Basically, when you get paid, you're rich for like an hour or two, and then it's gone.
I look at my pay stub. I'm like, oh, I had money. My
Yeah.
bank account's
I have
3
a-
days later, you're broke.
My paychecks are directly set up to my bills.
Yep.
As soon as I get paid, it's like,
gone.
what do you mean it doesn't go to your account? No, it just goes right to Union Gas.
Oh, that's exactly it. Yeah, it says here I made a lot of money, but I only got $20 left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got $20 for the week.
Yeah.
I think we can all relate on this one. When they get your order wrong in the drive-thru.
Okay. You guys check the bag before you leave the drive-through.
Actually, I never check it.
Oh, you're playing a risky game.
I am
man.
learning to do that because Megan's very picky about her food. I mean, if she's ordering burgers, it's ketchup only. If there's anything else on there, it's hell, man.
Yeah, I'm not that picky. As long as there's food somewhat similar to what I ordered. Like if I got a Big Mac and they gave me a double cheese with bacon, I don't care. I'm still eating it.
Yeah, those are both good.
Yeah, it's never like that though. Like I mean, like they royally fuck your order.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
You order like a cheeseburger meal and a drink, and you get like a McFlurry and fries or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
it's
then
like,
I would be
whoa,
going in.
Man, like,
But
These
that would
aren't
be
even
pretty
related.
obvious, though.
yeah.
You know, and I actually blame that on that double drive-through. So you get the 2 lanes, 2 people ordering at the same time. You're getting the other person's order.
See,
Yeah.
I find McDonald's isn't bad, but Taco Bell always fucks up my order, and Tim Hortons is notorious for fucking
Oh,
up
Tim
my
Hortons
order.
is getting just worse and
Yeah,
worse.
man.
Okay, so I'm on the fence because I don't want to be a douchebag and just sit there and hold up the line while I'm looking
No.
through my 3 combo meal bag.
You gotta do
or
it quick,
whatever.
man.
Yeah, you know,
I
you
got
gotta
that
be
shit down
quick,
to a
but
science.
Then and I kick myself in the ass because once I look in there and I realize they fucked up and I'm already driving away,
Yep.
I'm like, son of a bitch, you had one job.
Now I got to drive back through, wait in
go
line
back over
again.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you're gonna pull into the parking spot every single time to check every single item. Like,
Oh,
what if you're picking up for like 6 people?
No, Tim, I do now. It's gotten to that
really
point
do?
now where I'm like, you fucked up my order so many goddamn times. I'm
Yeah.
checking.
No, I know that I'm at Taco Bell. So Taco Bell's, they're notorious for this because every single time they ask me at the thing, would you like hot or mild sauce? And I say, absolutely, I would love some mild sauce. And every time I check the bag, and I never get mild sauce in it for some reason. And I have no fucking clue why, but they never give me fucking mild
I have
sauce.
that problem with chicken nugget sauce, like honey, sweet and sour sauce. Like, I need my sauces.
Get the sauces in there, man.
I can't remember. They charge at some places for extra sauce and that sort of shit.
Some places.
Yeah, I don't
think
think
it's like a
McDonald's
quarter.
does, but
Yeah, some places do. If you actually, what they do is not if you ask for like extra condiment sauces. If you ask for extra sauce on your burger, they will charge you.
See, that's gay.
some shit.
Yeah, we actually went to a Chinese restaurant in Blenheim the other day, and they asked me if I wanted the gravy on the fries or on the side. Not knowing, I said, doesn't matter. Come to find out, they put it on the fries. It doesn't cost you any money. If you ask for it on the side,
It's the
they
same
charge
amount
you
of gravy.
if they put it on, they charge you 35 cents. If they put it on the side, they charge you like $2.75.
Dude, you got duped.
guys, think about it. The McDouble and the cheeseburger, okay?
Yep.
So calling out McDonald's here, but the McDouble is 2 patties and 1 slice of cheese.
Yep.
The double cheeseburger is 2 patties and 2 slices of cheese.
Yeah,
They're
big
30
price
cents
difference.
apart. 30 cents apart for 1 fucking slice of cheese.
Right.
Think about this, McDonald's again. So the McChicken, right, is like $5, $6, whatever, and then you can get a junior chicken for like $2.
Yep.
They're the same size, for Christ's sakes. Like, god damn it. I got one more thing too.
Yeah.
So you're talking about when they mess up your food order, right?
yes.
What about when they forget to put a straw in your bag and then you leave the drive-thru?
Or a fork
Yeah.
or a spoon.
So
Yeah.
you're sucking through the little hole at the top of the glass. You
I'm
know
trying
what I
to-
mean? The little star, the little butthole on
I'm
the
trying
top
to
of the-
drive with my cup with the lid off.
See, it's happened so much to me that when I've gone in now, I make sure I grab a handful of straws. They now sit in my car.
Ryan's
For that
got it.
reason.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
that's a
Oh,
good
that's
idea.
smart.
Yeah.
For
And
some reason,
I-
I was thinking you had like a collection of like 600 straws.
No,
here at your
I
house.
find too, even when they do give you straws, like you'll order 2 drinks, but they'll give you like 8 straws in
Yeah,
the
it's
bag.
true,
When
yeah.
yeah, and it's like, why do I have so many
Yeah,
straws?
it's either
One
none
napkin.
or a ridiculous amount, right?
Yeah. Okay, when you're washing your car and it rains 3 hours later.
That didn't bother me.
No.
Yeah. So, Mr. J, I know you got those sweet wheels.
Yeah.
Does this frustrate you too? Is this a for fuck's sakes type?
Big
of-
time, because in the summer I wash my car probably about once a week, and then it always rains after. Or no, the worst is I usually wait till Friday, but it'll like then I'll see that it's going to rain on Saturday, so I'll be like, yeah, I better wait, and then I just end up not washing it. It pisses me
Or
off.
it doesn't rain and you
Yeah.
just don't end up doing it.
Yeah, it's impossible to keep that thing clean,
It's one of those
especially black.
things-
It's a black car, so
It's one of those
Yes.
things. It's like it's whether or not Mother Nature has it out for you.
Yeah.
Because you could wash your car and it'll rain. You wax your car and it fucking thunderstorms. Like it just screws you
wax
right
the
over.
rain will beat off.
Yeah.
Not beat off, like beat it. Never mind.
When you're on an elevator and someone farts.
I don't think this
I'm
actually happened.
usually the farter.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, Timbo. You could wait 3 more floors, man.
And you know that everybody's going to turn around and look at the one person that farted. How awkward is it for that one guy that
It's
just
not like you're
couldn't
gonna
hold it in?
call them out either. Like, all right, who farted?
Yeah.
who did it?
Unless you like know everybody, or let's
Yeah.
say you know half the people. Like let's say us 4 are on there, and there's like 3 other random people,
Yeah.
and then you don't hear it, but you smell it. And I just lean over to Tim. I'm like, "You fart?"
Someone's
Somebody
playing the
fucking-
blame
yeah,
game.
It's like for fuck, but it's like you got to go to floor 19, and you're at like 6. Great, here we go. Ding.
yeah,
you know,
heat rises.
Yeah.
Okay. Or you're the only one on the elevator at the time. You fart, just reach. Next floor down,
Yeah.
opens up. A group full
You're
walk
caught
in.
red-handed, man. Like, oh, it's so stinky in here.
Okay, this next one, I don't know how often, if this has actually happened to you guys or not, but when your finger breaks through the toilet paper mid-wipe. For
Yeah.
fuck's sakes. Yeah.
I hate it when it's like your first wipe too, because then like I still got a good 6 or 7 wipes to go, and
Now
I'm
you're
already
cautious the whole time.
yeah.
Okay, so crazy question, but do any of you guys smell your finger to make sure that you actually broke through? Like, let's say you break through and you don't see shit on your finger, but do you still smell your finger to be like, dude, it broke through?
No, because I plan on washing them anyway. So
Yeah,
what am I- there's no shit there.
Because there's been
Either
one
way, I'm
time,
going to wash my hands.
quite a few times actually, I'll wipe and it'll break, and then I'll just be like, did it? Oh, that broke.
Do a little spit test.
That
So
broke.
you're saying that if it doesn't smell, you're not going to wash your hands. Well, I seem to be fine.
Well, I mean,
Matt's like, I can't tell if that's my ass or if that's Shelby's
I mean,
ass.
like, do I got to extra scrub my fingertips or?
Look, guys, I'm telling you straight up. If my finger's been within the vicinity of my asshole, and I'm not gonna smell it directly after, there's at least got to be like a 5-minute window.
Hey, Jeff, smell my fingers. Does it smell like shit?
It smells like Ryan, so yes, it does smell like shit.
I just picture Mr. J when he's taking a shit, he goes to wipe and he puts like an oven mitt on. and then he has like
glove.
a towel and then
Yeah.
toilet paper. And he's like, no, man.
I like
We're
got
out of dish soap.
I got a hazmat suit on with a butt flap so I can reach back there.
Okay,
He
when it comes to those toilets that spray up, I forget what those are called.
Bidet.
Is there a pressure control on those things? Because all I can picture is like too much pressure and like shit just splatters everywhere.
Yeah. I've been on that website. I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
When you make it to your destination, then realize you left something at home.
Oh my god! I fucking hate that, man.
fuck's
God
sakes.
damn it!
That one important thing that you needed
Yeah.
in the at
No,
home.
and you only know that you forgot it as soon as you walk into the door of where you're coming.
You know what
As
I
soon as you
found?
get there, oh, babe, we forgot this. And it's usually your ass that has to go back.
For
and
me,
get it.
it's always like when I'm pulling into my destination. I haven't even got to the vehicle yet. I'm like, oh, for Christ's sakes!
I'm always
Yeah.
more than halfway to my destination when I realize it's like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
So halfway, basically.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's one thing when you're like, okay, I'm driving to the other side of Chatham, so the city we live in Chatham, and it's only a 10-minute drive to get to the other side. But it's another thing when you're driving like all the way to London or Windsor or Toronto.
yeah.
It's 3 hours, and then you don't realize it until you get there.
Especially-
and you're like, we can't turn around now. Like,
Especially if the only reason you were going there was for whatever you forgot. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not like you can do something else.
there's a kick in the dong.
For fuck's sakes.
When someone puts an empty bag of milk back in the fridge.
oh, for fuck's sakes.
That's a dirty move right there.
Oh, dude. Okay, so
Or
I'm guilty of that.
with just a sip left in the bag.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't empty.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're too fucking lazy to actually fill the bag back. Because nobody wants to have to cut the bag and put it
This
back
is in the same vein as the person who uses the last piece of toilet paper and then leaves an empty toilet paper roll in the freaking dispenser.
guilty
Like,
of
come
that
on!
Yeah, so guys, again, for fuck's sakes, right? So
Yeah.
feel free to add your stuff in here for sure. When someone's doing 50 in an 80 speed limit.
Oh, God damn it.
Don't even get me started
these
on
are
that.
great. Let's hear it.
The blue caliber, the way
Yeah.
to work every
Yep.
goddamn
Every
day.
morning.
It's
Yeah,
bad when you
fuck out of the way.
It's bad when you know the car. You see it on your way to work. You're like, yep, we're going to be going 10, 15 under the whole time.
Got traffic coming the whole way on the other lane. It's
Yep.
like, oh, come on.
Literally, the road we drive on is a 90K. That's the speed limit.
And most people are
90.
going 100.
And
Get
this
out the
guy,
way,
this
asshole.
guy's literally going 50 to 60 the whole way through.
Yeah. And they always have a train of like, 5
Yeah.
or 6 cars. But like, how do you not get the hint?
Yeah, so that's what I was
Speed
getting
up.
at is, and it's not like you have that one guy that you're behind and you only have to pass him. It's like, no, there's 10
Yeah.
people behind him because nobody wants to pass a 10-car train.
So then you're pissed off at the person in front slowing her down. And then you're pissed off at the second and third person for not passing. It's like, God damn it,
yeah,
man.
it's just a train of piss-offs.
You're right. These are for fuck's sake situations.
The next one here, when you walk into a public bathroom and it smells like pure shit instantly.
I expect that from a public bathroom.
see, but to
That's
me,
troubling.
okay, so to me, yeah, I expect it to, but I know when I'm walking into one, it's like, man, you don't thinking about it right away. Like when I'm walking up
Yep.
to a public bathroom, I'm like, man, I really got to pee, I really got to shit right away, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not thinking like, here we go with another shit smell. But then when I get in there, I'm like, wow, it smells like shit in here.
Just get
That is
slammed with
pure
shit smell.
yeah,
manure
That
right
is
there.
pure shit. There's actually, look at, there's shit right on the toilet.
Yeah, how about when you go into a public washroom and the toilets haven't been flushed? There's a big floater in there. Yep.
Or you get that stall beside the guy who's got the Taco Bell shit. Yeah. It just starts wrecking the toilet bowl. about a courtesy blush? When somebody thinks it's hilarious to tickle you.
Oh, I hate being tickled.
I don't really have this
absolutely
problem.
hate
Okay, who hates being tickled here?
I hate being
So
tickled.
Mr.
not
J and
ticklish.
Ginger, you guys.
I hate
Oh,
it.
so you guys are okay with being tickled. The only reason I put this on there, okay, because it's all a relatable topic. So one of my biggest pet peeves in this world is being fucking tickled. Shelby knows she's not here tonight, so I will say this on air because she won't hear this for a little while.
She try to tickle you regularly?
She always does. She thinks it's the most hilarious thing ever.
I can't say
she
much
tickles
because I
me.
do that to Jess. So
Oh man, you go for the
Yeah.
feet and you're getting a knuckle sandwich or a
Yep.
foot sandwich. Like
I was
right
just
in the
gonna say,
nose.
how much do you resist? How much do you like try to resist yourself from like smacking her
Well, the
and
problem is,
kicking her just to get her away? Is like, just seriously stop.
yeah, I have this intense reflex urge. Like even Aubrey will come running up and she'll just tickle my feet, and I have to like catch myself from
Kick
kicking
her
her right in the
aside.
face. I'm always like, you almost got like kung fu right there. What the fuck is wrong
Aubrey
with
goes
you?
flying
Yeah.
to the window.
I'm like swearing at her. And stuff. Like, oh yeah, you're only 2 years old. I better chill out here. When you lock your keys in the car.
been a long time since I've done that.
Yeah.
I got keyless entry. I'm good. That's
Good.
Nice.
I
did
did it.
that.
Oh, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
did that 3 times one summer, and each time I had to call a tow truck and pay money for them to get my key out.
That's
For
shitty.
fuck's
That
sake.
costs a lot of money.
Fuck's
Yeah.
sake.
I had it. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Mr.
What's great is my first car was a neon, and it was a '97 neon, and I did it 3 times as well. Luckily, though, neons were so cheap that the window had no frame around it, so you could literally pull back the window, reach in, and grab the keys, and then unlock the car. So
Nice.
if you're gonna do that, buy a cheap car.
I had an issue in Oakville once where we were in the middle of the winter, and I had to start the car and obviously warm it up. And then I went back inside and worked for like 15, 20 minutes, and I come back out and they locked my keys in the car. So the car's just running the whole time, and I had like very low amount of gas. Remember this too, because I'm going to tell you a train wreck of events that happened here.
Do tell.
But it started out with locked my keys in the car and it was running, and I had very little bit amount of gas in there, so I knew that as the car runs, it's going to run out. And then I had to call AAA, but I didn't have any money on me, so I had to go back and work and bum money off my supervisor if he could pay for the AAA to get me that. And then I had to like work a little bit of overtime because he's like, you know what, don't pay me, just stay when I ask you.
Oh, great.
Just stuff like that. It's like, yeah, okay, bud.
Yeah,
Dude, that's
I'm
a
stuck there.
shitty day right there.
Yeah, it was like a train wreck of events, and of course it's like
Yeah.
January or something like that. It was super cold.
I think it'd be the worst when you get done your shift. It's like, finally I can go home, and you realize your keys are locked
Oh yeah,
in the car.
That just ruins your mood.
Oh, absolutely. Because now you're stuck there when all you want to do is leave. For fuck's sakes.
Yeah, man.
Well
no,
said.
we're going to be saying a couple more of these right now. When you run out of hot water in the shower.
Yeah, that sucks.
Especially when you got the shampoo in there.
So I think of guys when we took that camping trip to the
Yeah.
cottage, and you get one shower in there, and then all of a sudden,
It's just
and it's not like a gradually where it goes from like hot to warm to
No.
cold. It's like, oh, it's nice and warm. This is a great shower to
freezing.
instantly freezing cold. You're like, ah!
Yeah, the water heater's like, that's it, motherfucker, we done.
You got soap suds in your hair. You got to quickly rinse it
Yeah.
out, get the hell out
You
of
remember
there.
being in the living room and you hear people in the bathroom like, oh my god, shit.
It's funny because you're in like a little tiny ass cubicle.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Like there's no running from the water. You can't just stick to the wall or anything. You have to fucking face the water.
What's crazy is this one, we were all, it's going to sound bad, I was about to say we're all showering together. Sorry, all couples were showering together to save on hot water, and we were still running out of water.
You're all showering.
Yeah.
I still think the greatest of that cottage weekend though is the other couples were done. You and Jess were in the shower last, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
way Jess was screaming, we all thought something otherwise was happening in that shower.
Yeah, that happens regularly.
We were outside. We could hear
Yeah,
that.
it was like a, ah! We're like,
yeah.
what was that? Oh, the water was cold.
And then we heard it again.
Sure it was.
No, that was definitely cold water. Yeah. I
we
could
were-
tell because my penis disappeared. It was so goddamn cold. It's like, where'd it go?
Dude, I know. I remember that happening to me.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like I said, it was nice, enjoyable water, and then all of a sudden, instantly cold. And you're just like,
Oh my god! Don't touch me!
So you just turn around and put your girlfriend right in front of the water.
Jess would beat me to death if I did that. Yeah, for sure.
Try to cling to the wall like Spider-Man.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap up the for fuck's sakes,
For fuck's sakes.
and we're gonna go to our last one here. This one's pretty good, and I think we can all relate here. When a ginger wants to be your friend.
Fuck's sakes.
Yes. Son
Ginger
of a
badger.
bitch.
Yeah, we all know. We hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Man, that goddamn.
You
thing.
three got fucked over on that one.
He's hey guys, can I be?
We didn't win the friend lottery.
All right, guys, we're gonna move on here. We're gonna put ourselves in some shoes that we don't want to be in. Okay.
Gotcha.
Now I'm gonna hypothetically ask you guys some situations, and some things, and I want you to realistically put yourself in those shoes. And I want you to tell me how you would be, how would you handle yourself, and what would you do in the moment leading up to these. Okay, so we're gonna start off, Mr. J, my left-hand
Yes.
man, and we're gonna go with you. Say you're caught up in a bank robbery. Okay, so let's say you go into a bank, you're doing your everyday bank business, right? You're going to pull some money out, withdraw, deposit, whatever you're doing. 4 guys walk in there and say, "Everybody get on the ground. I want some fucking money." What's going through your mind? I want to know.
Well, I'd probably be scared. They got guns. You said they got guns, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're bank robbed. You're not going in there with a paper
Dude, I'll be
plane.
honest with you. I'm probably not trying to be a hero. I'm probably complying with the bank robbers. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's
Most
tough.
likely, I'm assuming you're shitting yourself a little bit,
Yeah.
right? Now, are you trying to find cover, or are you instantly like turning around, like trying to look around, see, hey, is there an exit? Is there an
I
escape?
think I'd probably
What are
try.
you doing?
It would depend on where they came in at. I'd probably try to see if me and some other people could get to some cover or sneak out a back door or something. Try to bring as many people as I could. It's hard to tell, man. Depends on the bank, right?
Yeah, because shit's obviously.
I
getting
guess I
real.
would say I'm not trying to be a hero and stop the bank robbers. You
Yeah,
know?
which is good. You obviously, you don't want to make a show out of this, and you're not
No.
going to be the only guy that gets killed in this bank robbery.
But if I
because-
had a chance to save some people or help some people, I definitely would.
Yeah. Like, let's say, okay, so they come in through the front door and you're near the back of the bank.
Yeah.
And you got a door that's, I'll say, 20 feet away. Are you making the run, or are you still complying?
Okay, so I'm going to
What's
see.
going on?
I'm going to see if I can grab anyone to come with me, and then I am making the run so I can get out there and call the cops immediately because I want to get help there as soon as I can. Right?
Yeah, you obviously want a piece right
Because you
out
never
as
know,
soon as
man. The bank robbers might come in and silence everyone before anyone even knows.
Yeah, so obviously in these shoes, these are situations that none of us ever want to experience, okay, guys? Obviously, none of us ever want to be in a full-on bank robbery. We've watched enough movies to realize that this shit is crazy. Okay, so I do want to ask you, if, say, your life is put in that situation, are you snapping? Are you crying? Are you freaking out? What are you doing? You going to try to make a move? You going to try to be the hero? Timbo Slice, we're going to move over to you. What are you doing, man?
Well, I think the first thing that would cross my mind is, for fuck's sakes.
Well said.
It's
Yeah.
well played. Nice, Timbo.
Next, I would probably try to find some cover. If I can escape, I'm sorry, but I'm getting out of there alive. You know what I mean? And to be honest, I probably wouldn't be thinking about the other people. It's like, it's like everybody for themselves.
Survival
you know what I mean?
of the fittest. You're right.
Like
Instinct would kick in
I'd just
sort
be
of thing.
looking for somewhere to either hide, like a really good spot, not a shitty spot where they walk by and they shoot you. You know,
Usually
or I'm looking
they
to
don't
get the fuck out of
instantly
there.
shoot, but
Yeah.
as long as you're not complying,
Yeah.
obviously. But sometimes
Or-
they'll look at you as a hostage.
Oh, they could
situation,
use
be
it as
like,
an
"Hey,
example."
You get over here.
Yep.
I
Or
want
there's
some of
nowhere.
you."
If there's nowhere I can go, I guess I would just do what I'm told because I'm stuck there. Right? I can't run; they'll shoot me. So I guess do what you're told. I'm not trying to be a hero. I'm not going to be the only one that dies today.
So what do I want to ask you here, Timbo? Is are you going to be a guy that would potentially do a secretive thing? Like, let's say you're off in the sidewall. You don't have an exit anywhere nearby, but they're kind of far away and they don't really have eyes on you. Are you the guy that tries to make a phone call or tries to secretly dial a number or maybe text or something? Are you going to try to pull a secret?
tricky question.
Are you that type of guy, or are you saying, you know what, today's not the day that I'm getting caught for shit?
You know what? I think right away that would all those things would be going through my mind. It's like he's not looking. Should I pull out my phone? Should I run? Should I try to hit him over the head with something? I know all these things would be going through my mind. I could probably grab that gun before he turns around.
On a
But will I?
one-on-one effort, I will say this. So if there's one guy bank robbery, you have way more chance of
But if you
actually
got 4?
succeeding that. If you're walking in with 4 guys and a full crew.
Oh, they got a plan too, man. They got a
no.
full plan.
Yeah, so I'll put you in the same situation. If it's a one-person bank robbery, your mentality's going to change a little bit because you may have an opportunity to sneak up from behind, but you
know
still
what?
make that risk in case he notices in time.
You know what? Everything in me would want to. But the question is whether I actually would. I don't think I actually would, but I would want to really bad.
Got to interject here. I think what you're saying, Tim, is a lot of it depends on if I'm in a bank robbery situation or anyone else. You want to observe the bank robbers, see how they act.
Exactly.
Are they merciful or are they just brutal? You know what I mean? That's going to determine your choices a lot too, right? That's what I think I would do is observe the bank robbers.
Yeah, so it really comes down to
It would all depend on the scenario, really. I mean, you got just quick in and out bank robberies, or you have those ones that will go the extra
Depends
mile.
on the bank, too.
Exactly. The hostage situation, right? Are the cops already on their way? If the cops are already on their way, you know those guys are not in and out. They are going to be taking hostages. Whereas if they've had it planned, it's just an in and out job.
I'd like to think if you're going to be the guy that wants to rob a bank, that's one of the hardest things you can possibly rob, and it's one of the only things that people want to rob.
One of the hardest things you
because
can pull off too.
Yeah, so if you're going to do that, you're going to have a smart team. I'm not going to say an individual effort. You're going to have a smart team, and if you're caught up in that, your world's going to flip upside down. So
and you got to think, if you're a smart robber, like you're going to throw a smoke grenade in there so people can't see the exit, people can't see where you are, and
you just flashbang your ass.
flashbang.
This is Counter-Strike. Yeah.
Dude, when you can see again, you got no pants on.
That's all they robbed. They didn't even rob money.
They all got the heated goggles on.
Ginger, we're going to go over to you here. So you're caught up in this. They come up from behind. You just wanted to take out $20. That's all, man. That's all you
want to cash my check, man.
Teller. Yeah, you're at the teller, and then all of a sudden you hear, "Get the fuck on the ground." What are you doing?
It's funny that you asked this because I've actually thought about this numerous times, actually, while watching movies. What would I do in that situation? And, I keep thinking to myself that I would be that guy that would try to prevent it. Like, if there's a hostage situation, I would do my best to save whoever's there. But being put into the actual scenario, I don't know. Your mindset would change. I mean, sitting there just thinking about it, 4 guys walk in, you're outnumbered, a lot of people there, go for the back guy. There's so many thoughts that are going through your head.
The problem is, I understand the hostage situation, but the problem is, once you get caught up in how many people are there and what's going through your mind, you gotta wager, hey, are people's lives worth the risk? If I try to go and save somebody or even myself and I end up dying from it, or I end up getting caught in this because I try to be a hero, is it really worth it? Or
at the same time, if my life is what saved everyone else, my life was worth it.
Well, I think that if you're going to be a hero, that, they already have a game plan going in. So by the time you decide that you're going to do something, they're already running out the door. You got to act instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a very risky situation. I mean, this is all hearsay because we can say anything we want here and now, but would we actually be the same person, what we're talking about now in that situation? And nobody would know because that's one hell of a thrill ride. And I
don't think so because we've never been in that situation. So how do we even know how we'd act?
Yeah, I imagine, again, I've explained that my dick would house in my lower intestine before, and I think it would go there again. I would have poop streaks in my underwear, and this is how I would be. I'll explain my situation is, if I was caught in this situation, I would try to not draw any attention to myself at possible, because I've watched enough movies to realize that any kind of attention to yourself, they're always picking you out, or they're always looking for a guy like you. I would not make eye contact. I would sit there quietly. I would
play it smart.
Yeah, I would not make a single goddamn move because a gun's a lot faster than me running. You know what I mean? I could take a run for a door and they could shoot me quicker. So I try to weigh those odds, and I try to, it would be an absolutely shitty situation, and these are the situations I want to put you guys in because, not saying these would ever happen, and I would never wish these to happen to anybody, but it's what if, and it's whether or not we would ever relate. So,
one question for you guys.
Sure.
How much cash, because usually if a bank robbery's happening, they're going for cash, right? How much cash do you think a bank actually has on hand? You know what I mean? Because a lot of it's like, internet, digital money, right? So
yeah, so I think there's actually a movie on this. A lot of people think when they rob a bank they have a ton of money, but
I don't
they
think
actually
there is,
don't.
though.
They do deposits or clearances every hour.
Yeah, maybe
and
a couple million, if that. That's a big bank.
I think it's
too.
even less than that. I think they only keep 15 grand on hand at all times, and then after the hour they transfer that out and then keep another 15 and then transfer it out.
I actually think it's the bank trucks that have more money than the actual.
Oh, probably because they're stopping at all the different banks collecting.
Right,
yeah.
collecting.
There's a reason why they make a bank truck, like a Brinks truck, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
grenade proof. They make them grenade proof
heavy armored,
because
always have 3 or 4 people at all times.
You can't. I like to think this is casinos, but if anybody watches Ocean's movies, like Ocean's 11,
movies.
Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13, those are high tech, straight to the money, perfect teams.
Oh, they're genius heists.
Yeah, you're robbing a casino,
crews.
and I get it because casinos, people are paying cash all day, every day, every 10 minutes.
Well, those casinos by law have to have a certain amount of money in them to cover every dollar on the playing field, basically.
Yeah.
So big nights, they're going to have a shitload of money there, like real cash. So
it's
Okay,
nuts.
so the average bank will hold roughly 20 to 30,000.
I was
Not
close.
even- not
I
even
said
a lot.
15,000. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Only because of that reason. If somebody comes
Yeah.
in, they're not losing millions. They're only losing 15 grand at most.
So
And
don't
that's
let-
if you get the whole 15 grand. They have a vault, and you have to go back in there and stuff 15, 20 grand
And all
into a
this time,
duffel
the
bag.
cops are on their way.
Oh yeah.
How many
And
times do you
have-
watch a movie where they say, like, oh, let's go rob a bank. We can probably walk away with like 10 or 20 million dollars. We'll split that 5 ways. You know what I mean? It's not realistic. That's not how they do things nowadays.
Nobody gets away with that stuff anymore, man. Like
No.
I just think like security cameras and the police are too smart nowadays to track every.
Well, it's
single
not
move.
even
Like,
worth it, right?
Yeah,
for
like,
the bank
it's-
robbers.
Think about it though.
Although, didn't they just have it
just
in
last
Thamesville?
summer? Yeah, Thamesville and Bothwell twice within the same week. They both were hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Subway that was robbed in town here. They might have walked away with like maybe $100.
Subway's
Yeah,
not
like-
the bank.
Unreal.
Why would you rob Subway? Like, yeah, I got a foot long and $50.
Yeah, he literally,
salami.
he literally
Yeah, you don't
broke
even
the
ask for
window.
money. You're like, I want all your pickles.
Yo, put the peppers in the bag.
No, actually,
in the
it
bag.
actually happened after hours. I used to work at Subway, and the guy was waiting for me to leave. And when he got there, or after he noticed me drive away, he actually had a stone and he threw it through the door. And it looked like he set his watch because he knew that the alarms go off or whatever. Went in, couldn't break the change machine off. He was working on that for about 30, 45 seconds. That was taking too long, so he tried to jump over to find a key for the cash register. Couldn't find that. He actually walked away with nothing that day.
Who's robbing fucking Subway, man? No offense, but
Man, if
Like-
you want pickles, you're gonna get pickles.
it'd be funny if like there was an ATM machine right beside the Subway. You know what I mean? Like, that's gonna have more money than
Yeah, it's
the
pretty sad.
Subways.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna move on here to our next one. Hypothetically speaking, say you wake up in a hot air balloon, 2,000 feet in the air. You're by yourself in a hot air balloon.
Man, I got drunk last night.
What's going on through your head? What are we doing?
Oh, that's pretty
I'm
easy.
gonna
Ginger.
die.
Yeah. You're in a hot air balloon. You're full blown in the sky, and you have no idea how you got in there. But what are you doing? What's going through your mind?
I
Ginger?
am going to die. Heights. The
What's
moment I look, I'm gonna die.
You're like, what the fuck?
How did I get here?
Yeah.
I will curl up in a ball. Either that thing is going to carry me around the world, or that thing is gonna burst, and I'm just gonna fall to my death. Either way, I am not moving.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, right? So I know naturally you're just waking up randomly, right? You'd wake up and you'd open your eyes and you'd look around and be like, the fuck?
Man, it's cold up here.
And you'd get up and you'd climb to the edge and you look, holy shit! Yeah, what the fuck? You're 2,000 feet in the air. What would you guys do? So, Ginger, go on a little bit more. You're going to die, but what are you doing? What's your game plan? Like, if you're up there, are you just dying?
There is no game plan. I am going to curl up in a ball.
I don't know how to operate a hot air balloon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I didn't say you were butt naked or anything. If you got to sell...
How about you just like, no, I'm just dying. Yeah.
In order to operate that thing, you have to stand up, and that requires you to see how far up you are.
You're up there. You're in a hot air balloon.
Oh, see that? I would love that. I'd love to go in a hot air balloon.
Yeah, but what do you do if you just wake up into that situation? Do you just say, "Oh, let's go for a ride," and
Where's
not
the
know what to
odds?
do,
I-
or
I
are you
would-
going to be like, "Can somebody fucking help me?"
I would enjoy the scenic views until I die of hunger, basically. Yeah.
I'm just floating forever.
Yeah. This is great. I
No, on
guess.
my luck, a fucking bird would land on the fucking thing and pop it.
There's your food.
Yeah. So Ginger, you're you're out there yelling at birds flying. You got the flock of geese. They're like,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Not what a geese.
They're dove geese.
Yeah, but you're like, hey, help me,
Yeah.
help me pop the balloon. No, don't pop the balloon.
Can you send a message?
For fuck's sakes.
Okay, Timbo Slice.
I
Your
think
ass wakes up on a hot air balloon. What are you doing?
Actually, I think I'd be fine. I'm not afraid of heights at all. I'd probably wonder where I am at first, and then obviously peek over. I'd be like, okay, I'm in a hot air balloon, and there's nobody with me. Wonderful. But the first thing I would do is enjoy the scenic views. Obviously, I'm still floating, and then I would probably tinker around trying to figure out how to bring this thing down. You know, no, honestly, like
So
I'm-
eventually,
You're gonna do some experiment.
no, honestly, I'd pull on this, and it makes the flame go higher.
Shit,
so
we're
I'm gonna
going
go
higher.
higher. The first thing I would say is, "Shit, don't touch that one again," and then I'm gonna turn this and do that. I'm going to try to figure out how to bring this thing down lower. Once I figure that out, bring it down. Try not to land it in the water or trees or
Timbo
forest.
blows out the fire.
He turns it all the way. The balloon just starts falling.
No,
We're going down.
but I think I'd actually be pretty calm, actually. I'd probably figure out a way to bring it down and bring it down softly because I'm not afraid of heights and, I got time, right?
Okay, so naturally, so
It's not going really fast right now.
sorry to cut you off, but so once you wake up, you're gonna be like, "Wow, this is a great view." This is absolutely fantastic. It's like I'm on a vacation. I wake up on a vacation.
Holy shit, how'd I get here?
But then you got to figure out. All right, the scenic view's over. I got to figure out how to.
I got to
get the
figure
fuck
out how
off
to bring this thing down.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see like an airplane come by, you be like, slow down. I'm gonna jump.
That would be a no shit
Jumps
moment.
to the
No.
Now, would your first thought be, how did I get here? Or would it be, how do I work this thing?
First thought would be, how did I get here? But that wouldn't last very long. It'd be
What kind of drugs did I take last night?
I don't know why I'm here, and I don't know why I'm by
build
myself. I've never been in a hot air balloon, but all right, let's figure this shit out.
Then at the same time, you don't even know where you are, how long you've been in that hot air balloon.
Yeah, but eventually it's going to run out of fuel. So you
I
got to
can think
figure
of the
something out.
assholes that put you in there. Yeah, like, lay him down softly. All right, let's spark it up. Okay, then push him up.
Take a picture of him before he goes up.
You're like 100 feet up, and they're like, "Oh, that was a bad idea.
How do we get him down?
He's not coming down."
Try to shoot at it.
Yeah, the GPS tracker says he's now in Istanbul.
Mr. J, last but not least.
Okay, so
what do
I'm
you
kind
think?
of in the same boat as Tim. I would love it because I would love to go up in a hot air balloon. Heights don't scare me. I'd love to see the views, the scenic views. They would be great. If I wake up in one randomly, I would freak out and be like, how the fuck did I get here? But then I'm checking out the scenery and I'm...
Yeah, because it's unexpected.
Yeah,
right?
eventually I'm going to, pull that cord and see what happens. It's probably going to go up because of the flames. And then, I don't know, I'll just try to figure something out. There's obviously got to be a way to make it come down, so you just mess
If there's
around with it.
propane tanks, just try to shut those off.
Actually, my biggest worry would be the cold. If I, only got a T-shirt on and I'm like, it's really cold weather, plus I'm up in the sky, it's going to be freezing cold
You
up
got
there.
a flame above you.
Yeah, what am I going to crawl up the rope and sit in the flame?
Or what?
Like,
Or what if you were at a party and they did throw you in there naked? Now you
what
figure,
kind of party's got hot?
okay,
All of us were like, "Oh, Mr. J." No, he's in
No,
there.
but-
He's drunk as shit.
No, but
Let's get him
seriously,
in
like-
there. Let's get him in there. Let's get him up.
like you enjoyed the scenery. You say, "What the hell? How did I get here?"
Yeah.
You figure out how to bring it down. Now your biggest dilemma is when you land it, you're nude.
Oh, what about where you landed? Oh, great, I'm in the woods and I have no idea where I am.
Yeah, but you'd be alone, nude. Whereas if you were to land in the middle of Times Square, naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but think about that entrance, man. Like, everyone's like, look at that! And then I show up, like, in my holy grail nakedness.
Okay,
in
so-
a hot air balloon.
It's like,
Here's
hi,
the-
you're a girl.
The one thing I haven't heard any of you guys mention. Okay, so if I'm waking up in a hot air balloon, I have no idea where I am in
Phone?
the sky, right? No, even with the phone, you have no idea. You could be over the middle of the ocean. Okay,
Oh,
you're
that
just
would
gonna
suck.
naturally bring down a hot air balloon over the middle of the ocean.
never thought of that, yeah.
You guys have no idea where you are or where you are. It's not like we're just above Chatham. If you're in a hot air balloon, what if you slept for 12 hours and that hot air balloon's just been cruising along?
And
I don't like Erie.
Yeah, like
the thing
where
is, you
are
don't have no control with those hot air balloons.
No, they
the
float.
hot air balloon
The wind
literally just
pushes
takes
them,
you
man.
where it wants you to go.
That's what I mean. So again, the one thing none of us brought up, and this is what I'm going to bring up here, is I have no fucking clue. So yeah, I can enjoy the view. I may not be scared of heights, but if I look over and I see nothing but water, I'm going to probably keep this baby in the air
man.
until I figure out where to go. And if I land in Mexico, then we got a whole other problem because I got to figure out why I'm in Mexico.
So
and how the hell
you're
do I get
floating until you see, like, a settlement or a city or something.
Yeah, you know what I
Then
mean?
you're going to try to come down.
Yeah, well, think about it.
I
Right,
never
guys?
thought about, what if you wake up and you just see water
Yeah.
everywhere
You
in
live
all
in
directions?
Mexico.
And this is why I want to know your first thing, because everybody just assumes, hey, we're just right above Chatham or something like that. But what if you're right above the ocean?
I
or
didn't
something?
think Chatham, but I definitely didn't think water either.
It
So-
doesn't
I
matter
didn't think
where
Hey,
we're at.
you're drunk
Yeah.
enough to get on a hot air balloon and your buddy send you up. You're drunk enough to sleep for 12 hours.
Let's send him in the direction of the Pacific, man. Yeah, he'll make it to England in a couple,
Yeah, you don't
couple
want to land
years.
in a bad part of Mexico, and now they're shooting at you.
Either way, I don't think any of us knows how to operate a hot air balloon regardless.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lever, but there's probably a little bit more. Than
Or
that.
how to survive in Mexico. So either way, we're fucked. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to put ourselves in some different shoes going forward here. Let's say each one of us here maybe not together, individually. We'll go actually in both topics here, but you're on the 5th floor of a burning building, and going down is not an option. So you guys are stranded. You're on a building, let's say in a hotel or an apartment building.
Key word there's 5th floor. 'Cause
You're on
that's
the
not
5th
high
floor.
enough to-
Yeah, you're right dead in the middle. You can't go up, and going down is not an option because the fire's on the floor. Now, the only reason I want to talk about this is because this seems to happen a lot, where a lot of people get screwed over and stranded. This has been happening a lot, where
I know exactly what you're
buildings
doing.
burn, and what's going on through your head? We started with Mr. J. We started with Ginger, Timbo Slice, right across the table. You're stuck in a burning building on the 5th floor. What are you doing?
Honestly, I've thought about this before. And what I would do, if there was still running water, I would just douse myself in water and maybe have a spare bucket with me. And I'm going to go through the flames because I'm either going to die by staying there. I'm not jumping out the window. I'm going to try to survive.
Tim, you got a bigger nutsack than I do, man.
I would try to survive. I know it's going to hurt. I know it's going to burn. But, if I'm going to die.
If it's your only option.
You're gonna,
if
you're
I'm going to die anyways, I'm going to at least try.
You're going to run through 3 floors of flames.
I'm going to at least
So
try.
all floors are on fire. Is what you're saying.
Well, most
I'm
likely
gonna-
5th floor, you're
Yeah.
not going down, and heat rises, so you know the floors above
Dude,
you
no,
are gradually
honestly, man,
gonna
the
burn.
smoke's going to choke you out, though,
Yeah.
before you even get
Yeah.
to the 4th
So
floor.
I'm dead either way.
Okay, so Timbo, there's no trying to figure anything else out. There's no trying to go out the window. There's no jump option. There's
Well,
nothing.
I might peek out the
no other
window.
option.
If there's something there to catch me, or people that are, have a blanket out or something, give that a try. You know what I mean? But if I'm gonna die anyways, you gotta take the risk. You gotta either jump out the window, or you gotta douse yourself in water and hope for the best. Maybe use your cell phone. But probably that's starting to melt, or that's just wasting time.
So what I'm gathering from you here, Timbo, is your survival rate 10%. You're gonna try to run through some flames and see. You're gonna be like, running through those flames. He's Cheeto chopping. The water does nothing.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Like Moses. Yeah. Mr. J, your ass is stuck on the 5th floor.
Okay,
What are
so
you doing?
here's what I'm doing. The first thing I'm doing is I'm looking out the window, see what's nearby. Then I'm going to the roof to see if I can signal for help. After I can see if I can signal for help, I'm going to see if I can jump to any other nearby buildings. If I can't do that, I'm going to look all around the roof for somewhere where I can climb down, because heights don't scare me. So I'm going to try to climb down the outside of the building if I can't jump and if I can't find anyone.
Between you and Timbo Slice, your survival rate seems much higher. Because Timmy's like, you know what? We burning. I'm running through
Well,
this bitch.
think about it. Most
He's like,
buildings,
honest.
You said that there was not another floor.
No, so 5th floor burning, going down is not an option.
yeah, you can go up though.
You can go up because obviously I'm saying
didn't
the
think that far.
lobby of the building is burning.
Yeah.
Now you can either go up or you can go out. You can't go down.
Think about this too, man. Most buildings have like a emergency exit staircase on the outside of them somewhere.
Yes, they
So that's
do.
what I'm looking for.
I was just picturing that the whole level's in flames, and you're
stuck in a room and you can't even get out of the
you're in
room.
the middle of the room, and there's flames all around you.
Yeah, but Tim, what I love about yours is I just
The
pictured
worst
you.
dire
You
situation.
get butt naked, throw some water on me. I'm getting butt naked, throw some water on me. We're running through these fires.
Or maybe I'll just sit in the shower and just hope for
So,
the best.
Tim, I
just
like-
sit in the shower.
I like how in your situation you're picturing that the entire building except the
Like,
2 square
it's
feet
engulfed.
that you're on is on fire. It's all fire.
No, you're on the 5th floor, and going down is not an option. So that means floor 4, floor 3, floor 2, floor 1. You can't go to those floors. You have to go out or up. How you doing it? Because in a situation where a building catches on fire in the lobby at the very bottom floor, and you're on floor 10,
It's going to work its way up.
you can't. You can't go down. So what's your civil? Now, Mr. J's, I like yours only for the sense of going. The flame's going to take a while to get to the top, right?
That building might collapse, though, so you got to work
It
quickly.
might, but you got to work with what you got.
Exactly.
And going to the roof for help. Obviously, there's been somebody called at that point, some kind of
Yep.
rescue team or something. And hey, most of the time they got a helicopter videotaping
Yeah,
this thing.
the
Can you
truth
pick me
is,
up?
too, you always want to go to the place where it's going to be the last attacked or the last in danger. So the roof's going to, if it's starting at the bottom, the roof's going to be your safest spot to be until it collapses, but you're screwed anyways at that point.
Your case, very risky, but you got to do what you got to do. Tim's case, if he gets through it, he's not going to have any hair.
He doesn't have any.
Ginger, you're on the 5th floor, man. What are you doing?
I'm finding everything I can. I'm going to make a makeshift rope, and I'm going to bust
that's
out
a good
that
idea.
window, and I'm going to scale down the building.
So that's what I was looking for. Mr. J didn't say it. I thought he would have, but tie the bed sheets together, right?
right.
Now, Let's say you're on an office building. You have nothing but computer desks, no beds. This is a full-on office building, 5th floor. You don't have anything to tie together. What are you doing?
I'm still going to be looking out that window. I mean, there's got to be something I can grab onto. I'm going to scale. I'm going to try to scale down that building as much as I can.
That's all you can do, technically.
Yeah. I don't want to go up at the risk of that building falling, right? Or the higher you go, there's nothing else around you. You get stuck on the top floor. If you jump from the top floor, your death rate is much higher than what it is from the 5th floor.
Do any of you guys consider in the head of just giving up? Just saying, you know what? Fuck it.
No.
I have no chance.
If I was
know,
in
I'm
Tim's
done.
situation where the entire room's on fire and I have nowhere to go, then probably.
No,
But,
You wouldn't balls up and
Yeah.
just go for it.
dude, I feel like okay. I'll put it this way: if I was in that situation, I'm jumping out the window because that seems like a much more like imagine being burned alive, man. That's the most horrible
So
death.
you
ever.
would rather
Probably the worst
just
death.
kill
Probably the
yourself.
worst death ever.
You would rather just kill yourself.
No,
than
that's if I can't. If I have
a
no
small
options,
chance of living.
if I have no options except running through 4 floors of burning building or jumping out a window, I'm probably jumping out the window.
See, unfortunately, that reminded me of 9/11. You know?
Yeah, when they actually jumped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Their death wasn't as bad
only
as
problem,
to
though,
what
is-
other people
Exactly.
experienced.
That
Yeah.
their death was sudden, whereas those flames, like they were done.
They actually said if with 9/11, though, that's most of those people that jumped, they were so high up that they actually died midair.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
it's sad
I
to
hear
talk
that.
about this right now, but yeah, they
died
actually
in-
they
he
would
died
have
in the air.
died midair. Yeah, it's I'm assuming it's a Discord. We got some room feedback.
Don't
going
mind the
on.
noises, people.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing, though, man. Is jumping out of that 5th floor. You're probably not dying when you hit the ground.
No,
That's
there's
the
a
bad
couple
part.
legs broken.
Yeah.
I think there's legs broken, and
But
then
you can survive.
You might be too close to the fire still.
Yeah,
Depends
And
how
then
far
you can't
you
run
jump.
away.
But odds are, with a building on fire, look at all the spectators. There's always spectators around. If you can make the ground, even if you break both
Yeah, they
your
might
legs,
set up boxes
there's going
or
to be
something.
people there.
Yeah, no, and that's the way I was thinking too. Is hey,
Yeah.
you go to a window, call out, because you know when a building's on fire, you're gonna have lots of spectators.
Oh, yeah.
There's lots of people around. Hey, can somebody get me boxes, a trampoline? Somebody get me something over here. You know what I mean? Pull out some mattresses out of your house, lay them on the ground, because I'll jump. I'll
Yep.
do something, right? A building just doesn't drop instantly. If it's on fire, you know about it because the alarms are
Unless
going
it's
off
part
in
of the
building.
9/11 scandal.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we don't need to talk about that.
You're right,
Just-
but-
just
Yeah.
in the, everybody knows. So most likely, I would want to ask you guys one last question. Ginger, we'll start with you. What is the survival rate? What do you think the chances of survival in a percentage? Is it 50%, 100% of the time? What do you think is most realistically your chance of survival in that scenario? If it came to it, would you just jump out the fucking window?
Yep.
Dude,
And
it's better than burning, man.
I would like to say
Yeah.
you're looking at about a 55 to 60%.
I think Timbo's the only one that would go like Rapidash.
the smoke, man. The smoke's going to
Yeah.
choke you out before you can even get anywhere.
Yeah.
Think about any time you've been near a campfire and the smoke goes in your eyes.
Well, I was picturing a room like, you're in a room with no windows and stuff like that. It's just all the way I envisioned
Yeah.
it was just all wrong.
So you're in a jail cell?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but Tim, I hear you though. You're thinking like, hey, I'm in a blaze that I just woke up and the whole room was on fire.
well, shit.
Yeah, well,
Like,
for
I
fuck's
can't even
sake,
see
third
where the
time
windows
this
are.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No worries. I don't think. Again, these are situations we never want to be in, obviously.
No.
But it's just in case we were. Hey, what's going through each of our minds, and can we help each other out in case we ever were?
Yep.
Right. So the next one we're going to jump into, the last one, and we're going to put ourselves in some shoes we don't want to be in. But what if you woke up butt naked in the middle of a desert? So you're
Ugh.
in the middle of a desert, okay? How often do any of us travel into a desert? Never. And have anybody ever experienced a desert? But yet we're butt naked and you know it's dry.
Oh, jeez.
Water is obviously number one source, but what's going through our minds, Mr. J? You are my left hand
Okay,
man.
so what's
You're in
going
a
through my
desert.
mind is how the fuck did I get here, as well as for fuck's sakes, but most importantly, I'd be worried about water and the sun, man. The sun's just gonna burn you.
Yeah,
man.
because you're butt naked.
yeah,
too.
you're butt
Yeah, I
naked,
agree
man.
with
So I think the only thing you could hope to do is see if you can find some form of shelter somehow. But in a desert, that's very, very minimal.
Mr.
So-
J, the only thing I want to ask you is, I know this is like a crazy question to ask if you're
Yeah.
butt naked in a desert. Is there a chance on this world to date that somebody has actually woke up butt naked in the middle of a desert?
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah. See what I mean?
sure.
So
It's happened.
if there's actually been somebody happen, I want to ask you guys what do you think they were going through in their minds to what you would be going through?
The hardest thing would be to pick a direction to walk in, right? Because you got to start walking. You got to start looking for something.
Got to go somewhere.
Just how do you know which direction to go? You have to look at the sun, see which way's north, I guess.
Are you doing like that?
Yeah.
And you hold your finger up like, which way's the wind direction?
You just get pelted with a bunch of sand. Yeah, I don't know.
So basically, you're just like, God damn, I got to find some water, and I'm going to look this way, and that's the way I'm going. Do you know enough to be like, hey, the sunrise goes down over here, so I go this way? Is your compass game on par?
It depends. If there's a desert in Chatham, then yes. If I'm in the desert in the Middle East, I have no idea what's where.
You're in a desert. You're way the fuck out of
exactly,
nowhere.
man.
And you're butt naked, too, so...
I think you just scan the horizon, see if you can see any form of mountains or canyons or settlements. If it's just all sand and dunes, then you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
You just got to pick a random direction and start going.
I don't think I'd follow the sun because I think the sun would constantly moves, right?
I don't mean follow the sun. You'd look at it to see which way is north or south or east, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to read that.
Yeah, so obviously, Mr. J, priority 1, water. We're gonna find some water.
Oh, I drink my own piss if I had to, man.
Yeah, it's not clothes at this point. It's like it's not like where's my clothes or anything.
Yep.
It's looking for water.
Oh man, I'm like shit. I gotta wipe my ass with sand.
A cactus. A Timbo slice. Your ass, for some reason, wakes up naked in the desert. You got real drunk last night. What are you doing?
First off, I'm gonna say, ow, my skin's fucking burning.
Yeah, you fell out of the hot air balloon. That's how you got in the desert.
He's still sleeping. Yeah. He was in a hot air balloon. Didn't even realize it.
No, then I'm going to try to find some shade somewhere first so I can collect myself, and then obviously try to find some water. I know that cactuses have water in them, so I'm going to try to cut open a cactus and try to get whatever
it
liquid.
It would suck so bad to have to come to that state. But you know what? When it's life or death, you're sucking a cactus.
Imagine trying to cut open a cactus.
You'll suck a cactus, you'll suck a cactus.
And then I guess I would try to find something that I can carry some of the cactus juice in, so I have some to spare.
Your butthole.
My butthole or whatever works. And then I guess I'd point in one direction because I'm terrible with, what's north, what's south. And I guess I would head in one direction and just, see where I end up. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm just going to point this direction and hope I hit something.
You know what? And the reason I left this question for the end is because this question is the most severe because it's like, what the fuck do you do? When you wake up butt naked in a desert, you're like, okay, there's a cactus there, there's a bush there, there's tumbleweed floating by over there.
Is that Clint Eastwood?
This way? Yeah, it's not like you just see a building or anything. It's hot sun and you're like, wow, I'm really pissed.
Did you see the vultures like circling around? You're like, oh, great.
Yeah. Honestly, there's no real answer here, guys, because I could ask anybody this and they probably would tell me the same shit. Ginger. Since you are ginger, what does a ginger do in a desert?
And you're a survivor.
And since you're really like pasty and white.
Oh, yeah.
There is nothing that we could do.
He just doesn't wake up.
You guys survive, and us gingers just accept the inevitable. We are going to
Ryan,
cook.
You wake up and you just spontaneously burst into fire.
This is like being on the 5th floor.
This must have been Tim Felt.
I would look from my part of the desert and see the signal fire of you.
Hey, there's Ryan over there.
Yeah, realistic. I'm in the same boat. I'm waking up butt naked. I'm thinking,
What the
okay,
fuck you gonna do, man?
I'm weighing my options. It's like, okay, somebody. I don't remember being drunk enough at a party in the middle of the desert to get out here. So that means somebody wants me out here in the desert butt naked. So
when was I partying in Abu Dhabi?
All right, folks, that's going to wrap up our show. Thank you for listening to A Time Well Wasted. You can check us out at 1hq.ca/podcast. We are on iTunes at Time Well Wasted. We appreciate the feedback, the support, and thank you for listening. We'll see you next week. Peace out.
Later.
Thank you for listening to A Time Well Wasted podcast. If you'd like to hear more, check us out at 1hq.ca/podcast. And we'll see you next time, bitches.